you've ever been around a small child, you know they make a lot of noises. But what you may not know is that these noises are meaningful and very important to the child's development. Linguistic research has shown that infants and toddlers babble as a way to prepare them for word formation. Research has shown that toddlers aren't capable of inner speech and tend to verbalize their thoughts through babbles. Often, these babbles will have characteristics of singing, such as prolonged vowels and more distinct pitches. There is evidence that children as young as 3 months old are able to accurately match pitches, so it follows that they could be singing even younger than that. In super young kids, it's hard to distinguish speech-like from singing-like vocalizations, and if you're not attuned to the subtle differences, it's easy to miss. The main distinguishing factor is their intention to sing versus intention to speak. And obviously we can't read babies' minds, so we have to look for other factors. As I mentioned, vowel prolongation is an indicator of intended singing, as well as phrasing determined by regular inhalations. Singing will usually be accompanied by regular body movements, such as swaying or tapping. Another way of telling intended singing from speech is simply the context. So, when do children spontaneously sing? And why? One of the main times that children will sing is, unsurprisingly, during play. One study that looked at children's spontaneous vocalizations found that spontaneous singing often occurred after a dramatic moment in a drama play, when children were gathered together, and when waiting for a teacher to start an activity. Another study found that children improvised their own songs more than they sang songs they already knew, and usually the child's song related to their current activity or play, sometimes containing only repetitions of syllables or words.
Oh yeah, my candy stick. Do 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 do. Candy stick. My candy stick. My candy stick. My candy stick.
Another common time for spontaneous singing is at bedtime. This is often a young child's only time spent alone, and it offers a chance for explorative and experimental vocalizations. One study hypothesizes that a child's bedtime singing is a way of self-soothing and transitioning from being together to being alone. Singing is a way of taking the caregiver with them into that private space. Children will often sing learned music as a way of reflecting on meaningful interactions with their parents, by repeating songs sung with parents during the day, or by singing to dolls in the same way that a parent sang to them.
Darling, 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 please don't take my man.
In infancy, vocalizations serve as a way for the infant to explore their voice, express affection and emotion, connect with caregivers, and to play. Interestingly, the features of infants' melodies will usually mimic that of the motherese that was spoken to them. Singing in infancy is most often referred to as musical babbling, and is usually elicited during or immediately after the presentation of music. Studies have found that children's melodic inventions tend to consist of a small number of tones, small vocal range, small intervals, falling directions, and continuous repetitions. Most often, vocalizations phase between speech-like song and song-like speech. Pitch ranges are normally narrow, but can also span over an octave. Children often repeat short phrases rather than building long phrases. Their songs often glide between pitches or are more chant-like with no clear pitches. Intervals of seconds and descending thirds have been widely found to be the most favored in improvised songs. Further, songs tend to be rhythmically amorphous with no clear beat. When children recreate known songs, structural aspects are often deviated from the original. The child may omit or replace less important musical moments and unfamiliar words, may simplify timing, and may omit or replace fragments of the melody or lyrics.
Have the cat. E-I-E-I-O. What's a meow meow there? And a meow meow there. Is a meow there, the baby. Meow meow, me done have E-I-E-I-O.
So, to recap, we've talked about when children vocalize, the reasons behind these vocalizations, and some of the features of the children's improvisations. Next time you're around a small child, see if you can notice how much they sing, and know that it's not just cute. It's a way for the child to express themselves, to connect with others, and to explore their voices as they develop.